What's going on, Duffel Gang? This is Duff with Duffel Bag Bullies. So a lot of you guys don't really know how to, or have never really thought about doing raw feeding for your dogs, for your puppies. It's super easy. What I do is I take this Blue Ridge beef. This is the puppy mix. What it has in it, it has ground beef, ground chicken, ground green tripe, ground beef heart, ground beef liver, ground chicken. And that beef liver and heart is because in a B.A.R.F diet, which is considered biologically appropriate raw feeding for dogs, is the B.A.R.F acronym. It requires you to feed X amount of meat, plus also like organ meat, which is your beef hearts, your livers, your gizzards. So that stuff is already mixed up in this mix though. It also calls for a vegetable. So what we did here was we got some carrots and some green beans, and we just processed it in our Ninja. So we're also going to include some coconut oil, which is great for them. It is great for their coat. It's great for, it has so many different properties that it does. The ground turmeric and also the ground cinnamon. Just a sprinkle of those two in there. The turmeric is for inflammation in your dogs. So it helps if they like have any type of issues, like they're working out, any of that stuff, to get to recuperate faster. And also I have some apples as well. So it calls for one fruit. So you can do apples, you can do bananas. We have some bananas here, but we're not gonna put that one in this mix. And it's best to like switch out certain things. So instead of carrots and green beans, I might substitute for green peppers. I might substitute the apples for bananas. But there are also like different things that you can Google so that you can know which fruits and or vegetables. Strawberries is good, blueberries is good. Never feed grapes and things like that. But just educate yourself on what can go in there and what can't go in there. So all I'm gonna do is I have my meat here. I'm going to go in the freezer. As you can see, I have the sweet potatoes that's already ready. So what I'm gonna do is just combine this sweet potato here with the meat.
Is this canned sweet potatoes or?
This is fresh sweet potatoes, but you probably could do canned sweet potatoes as long as it's not the yams. Like you don't want all the syrup and stuff unless you were trying to add weight to the dog. So this is just fresh sweet potatoes that we put in water and boiled up. So we're gonna combine that into there like that. And we're gonna then come back with our, about to lose the spatula. So then we're gonna put that in there as well. Just put it right on top. Ain't gonna hurt anything. So then we put that there. Bingo. Now we're gonna combine our apples in there. So this is way better than any dog food you can actually feed your dog, as far as kibble goes. But don't get me wrong, you know, kibble is good, serves a purpose as well. I'm doing both right now. Only because they're still so young. I've been trying to, but eventually I will go to straight raw. So then we're gonna add the coconut in here. Coconut oil, I should say. And make sure you're getting like all the organic stuff. Don't get the stuff that has the stuff in it that you can't pronounce. So it should have only one ingredient. Like this is on the serving size. On the ingredients, I'm sorry, it says coconut oil. So that's what you want. If you're buying something, make sure it says exactly what it is. Alright, so that should be good. Then we're going to come with the turmeric. Not too much, don't overdo it with the turmeric. That should be good enough. Just want a dash. Same with the cinnamon. Just want a dash. It was a little more than a dash, but who's counting? So I'm going to use some gloves real quick. That way I can just pretty much grind it all together. And that is pretty much it. Again, this is what's considered a B.A.R.F diet. Google what B.A.R.F is. Google raw feeding. It definitely has been known to prolong your dog's life. And with my puppies, of course, I want them to live a long, prosperous life. So we are going to be feeding raw in here. But also, you know, you can consult with your vet. A lot of times they're going to push like the new science diet or any like of those type of kibbles and stuff like that. But if you ever read the ingredients on the bag, it's actually not the best. So you can take that with a grain of salt, or you can do a little research yourself. Either one.
I would eat that if that was a dog. If I
I would
was a
eat it
dog.
if I was a dog too. I would love to eat this versus the other. So as you guys see, we're just mixing it up. And then normally I would also like break an egg up in it as well, like for each individual. I won't do it in this because whatever's left over, we're just gonna freeze it. So if you prepare a big meal like this will probably feed them for a week. So what I'm gonna do is whatever's left over is I'm just gonna stick it in the freezer. And then you can just unthaw it the day of that you're gonna feed it. So nothing ever goes to waste. And they absolutely love it.
You could add your egg at that point, right?
Yep, you could add your egg at that point. And once you unthaw it and put it in their bowl, if you want to just crack the egg right over top of it, you can do that as well. So yeah. So we have some slow feeder bowls here. Is what they're going to eat out of today. So I'm just going to put a nice little portion in here. Starting to scale their feedings back so that I don't have them too heavy. You want to keep the puppies lean so they don't develop any joint issues, or you have like easty-westy and stuff can be brought upon them by being too heavy and their bones and pasterns not developing correctly early, or it can just be genetics as well. You can't fix that with feeding, unfortunately. So just know that your dog and know what it's lacking. But if you see easty-westy developing and you think it might be because your dog is too heavy, then please scale back the protein for one. And that's why I got sweet potatoes in here, is because I'm trying to reduce the amount of protein they're getting. So you can either do sweet potatoes or you can do rice. That's another carb. And it doesn't it just adds filler basically. And that's what a lot of the dog food is just fillers. And they don't really have a lot of protein. Or the protein that they have is they tell you it's like byproduct, like chicken byproduct. You don't know if that's the beak. You don't know if that's the feet. You don't know what it is. Yeah, so this is easy, simple dog food that they will absolutely, I don't care if they ain't been eating, how much they ain't been eating, or whatever. You fix this right here, I guarantee they'll eat the whole bowl. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick little, tutorial, or just show you how easy it was to do raw feeding, a B.A.R.F diet. And any questions, feel free to shoot me a text, drop a comment, and I will answer any questions I have. I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination, so don't think that. But I do know this is excellent dog food because I have done my own research prior to embarking on this, and I know the benefits that they get from feeding this way versus the others. So again, I want my babies to be muscled up. I want them to be, no issues whatsoever with their joints and all of that. So this is what they'll eat. I also got them on a couple, things in the tuck that I ain't gonna tell y'all about, but that's a little bit of secret sauce. So yeah, man, it's easy, man. Raw feeding done easy right here. So yeah, signing off. Peace.